Have you ever wondered why you can work hard your entire life, do everything right, and still feel like you're falling behind financially? You save when you can. You avoid unnecessary spending. You try to be responsible. Yet somehow, money always feels tight. That's not an accident. The truth is, the financial system most people live inside was never designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you predictable. And predictable people are easy to profit from. Today, we're going to break down how the system actually works, why most people stay stuck without realizing it, and how a small group quietly uses the same system to build wealth instead of being trapped by it. Once you see this, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let's start with the biggest misconception most people have. Most people believe the goal of the system is stability. Get a job, earn a steady paycheck, pay your bills, retire someday. But stability is not the same thing as freedom. In fact, stability often comes at the cost of growth. When you rely entirely on one income source, especially a paycheck, you're dependent on someone else's decisions. Your hours, your raises, your job security. None of that is fully under your control, yet the system encourages this dependence. Why? Because predictable income leads to predictable spending, and predictable spending fuels the economy. That's why most financial education focuses on budgeting and debt management, not ownership, leverage, or asset building. You're taught how to survive inside the system, not how to benefit from it. Now, let's talk about debt. Debt is marketed as a tool: credit cards, car loans, student loans. Buy now, pay later. Used strategically, debt can be powerful, but most people are never taught how to use it strategically. They're taught how to qualify for it, not how it affects their future cash flow. Every monthly payment you commit to reduces your flexibility. It locks in future income before you even earn it. This is how people feel stuck, even when they make decent money. Their future paychecks are already spoken for. The system loves this, because a person with high fixed expenses cannot easily take risks. They can't quit. They can't pivot. They can't invest aggressively. They need stability to survive. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While most people are encouraged to consume, a smaller group is encouraged to own. Owners benefit from inflation. Consumers suffer from it. When prices rise, wages usually lag behind, but asset values often increase. This means people who own assets see their net worth rise, while people who rely only on income feel squeezed. This is why inflation feels unfair, because it is uneven. And the system doesn't explain this clearly. Instead, people are told to work harder, cut back, or budget better, while the real advantage comes from positioning, not effort. Now let's talk about time. Most people trade time for money. Wealthy people build systems that make money without direct time input. This doesn't mean they don't work. It means their effort compounds. When you trade time for money, income stops when you stop. When you build assets, income can continue even when you're not actively working. This is why ownership matters more than hours. But the system rewards productivity, not ownership, especially early in life. You're praised for being busy, not for being strategic. Here's the part most people never hear. You don't need to beat the system. You just need to stop playing it the default way. The moment you shift from consumer thinking to owner thinking, everything changes. Instead of asking, "How much does this cost?" you ask, "Does this create or drain future cash flow?" Instead of asking, "Can I afford this payment?" you ask, "What does this payment prevent me from doing later?" Instead of asking, "How do I save more?" you ask, "How do I increase my leverage and optionality?" This mental shift is what separates people who stay stuck from people who quietly build wealth. And here's the most important part. You don't need to be rich to start thinking this way. You don't need a business. You don't need investments. You don't need special access. You just need awareness. Awareness of where your money flows. Awareness of what your commitments cost you over time. Awareness of whether your decisions increase freedom or reduce it. Once you have that awareness, you begin making different choices. Smaller ones at first, then bigger ones. You start keeping expenses flexible. You prioritize liquidity. You build buffers before buying liabilities. You seek skills and assets that scale. This is how people escape financial pressure without winning the lottery or making massive salaries. It's not by doing more, but by positioning better. The system doesn't break people. Ignorance does. And once you understand the rules, you're no longer trapped by them. You're playing the same game, just from a different side of the board. If this made you see money differently, that's not an accident. This is the kind of financial thinking most people never encounter. And if you want more content that helps you understand money at a deeper level, not just tips, but real clarity, subscribe to WealthSense. Because once you understand the system, you stop fighting money and start using it.